You hear that? You know what it is. I guess you saw last week. It's season 18. I just blew out this candle so that I wouldn't reach over towards my soundboard over this lit candle and burn myself, because I thought that would be, a terrible idea. So, I blew it out because, I'm smart. Welcome to the season 18 tag team premiere of the Danganronpa Hunger Games. It's going to be an interesting season. I got nothing for you right now, but what you should have for me is, in the description below, there is a submit a franchise. Submit as many as you like. Do what you gotta do. Submit. Go and do whatever you want. Anything. Yeah. Some fun this season. That being said, we're gonna get into this episode. We have co-champions here, and we also have co-agents of chaos. I don't know if that's ever happened. We've had co-champions before. We've had co-agents of chaos, but I don't know if we had co-champions and co-agents of chaos and tag team action. That's it's a lot of potentials. That being said, our co-champions are likely about to be converged into one. It's a unification match, unless there's a tie at the end, or unless nobody wins. We saw that happen recently. Let's introduce everybody who's here and how they got here. First off, we got Team Makoto with Makoto, and I'll Be Your Shield, Sayaka and Dedu. Team Makoto here for Nijima. Team I'll Be Your Shield here for Kizakura. Large and in charge, Big Junko and Boss Laser Focused, Tinko and Kole reading Rainbow. The butterfly is not in the group in Hutao, but they are in the sky, and I can go twice as high with Hiro. And Yuma's got the book. Y'all know what it is. I'm not explaining these teams. These are teams from last season. Me explaining teams is for a couple episodes from now. Disappearing Act has Usami and Lenny. Twin Tails has this is actually regular Junko. My bad. Big Junko's up there. That Big Junko, forget about her. This ain't even just regular Junko, yo. Hold on a minute. This is Saint Junko. Anywho, and Nagisa, who I believe last season actually did hold both titles at the same time. Don't forget about that. Get Motivated has Azuru, and now World Forget Me has Maya and Nahida. Exotic Animals has the World Pancake Champion Rantaro, whose sprite is not there. I might replace that actually. With Gin, The Future Is Now has Tengen and Fubuki. Straight to the Point has Seiko and Kyutaro. Rebel Hearts has Mitsurai Joker, and our two tag team Agents of Chaos, what I go to school for, has Chisa, Nightwing, and Stop, Look, and Listen with Komaru and Sophie Ann. It always feels weird to do these recordings without my watch on, and I feel like for a lot of the last recordings I've had my watch off because it's been on the charger. It's like the perfect charging time, but I digress. Y'all know what this is. It's the premiere, and I'm actually gonna wait a second because I gotta go and get get Rantaro's image real quick. Actually, do I have the tab open right now? Yeah, let's go on a little journey, you guys. Look, he's right here. All right, we're gonna copy this real quick. You know what? We're doing it live. I was about to cut right now, but you know what? Why not? Just go over here. Rantaro, where are you, baby boy? You're here in this team, so let's go and delete that. Paste that, save that, import, browse. Get them in there, 18 tag team premiere, and now just like that, we're ready. And we're ready live chat. This is a premiere, I have to keep in mind. And keep in mind that there is no AWE this Friday. We are back on a 1-3 schedule, which means this coming Friday is Fracture. And don't forget our main event, Arrow, the new inaugural United Will Champion, will go one-on-one with, voted on you guys, the gimmick of the United Will Championship. We'll go one-on-one with Nimona in the main event of Fracture. It'll be a good time. It'll be a great time. That being said, make your picks first, second, third. Which team is going to come out of here on top? I'm going to make my picks. You make yours. I got World Forget Me. I got Nahida coming through. The security manager in the AWE for second place. I am going to take Stop, Look, Listen. I got a Chaos Transferal potentially on the rise. Give me Miss Soph. Sophie's going to take this one. And I'm going to say little Danganronpa is going to come in third. And I think it's going to be Saint Junko, but she will give her life up to save the winner. She will actually take herself and second place out to ensure that someone is blessed by Saint Junko today. Those are my picks. Hopefully you guys have made yours in the comments below. Do I want anything else from you guys or in the live chat to the side? You know what you're doing. And if you don't, welcome. You're about to figure out what you're doing. And while you're doing that, like and subscribe. If this is your first time here, boy, are there a lot of these. If you want to just vibe out for a long time, boy, there's some playlists. Maybe I'll just make a playlist that's every Danganronpa Hunger Games ever. Just every single one of them from start to finish. That might be kind of neat. Regardless, let's do this thing. Let's start this thing, and there's only one way I know how to start that thing, and that is to click this button over here, and so this is embarrassing, actually. I had this dice gag prepared, and I just want to, I want to stop for a second, you guys, and I think instead we're gonna take this moment to improv a little bit, and let's talk. Let's have a discussion. Sometimes we have dice gags, and sometimes they're very hilarious. But I have to tell you, sometimes they don't go how you would expect. As you just saw, I think it might even be a hard cut, which means me in editing just do a stop-start. I had reached down to start this dice gag, and do you know what happened? When I was reaching down, my big old chin hit my space bar, and for whatever reason, OBS was still selected, so when my chin hit the space bar, it actually stopped the recording. This could have been a tragedy, because lo and behold, I certainly could have not realized it. I could have been riffing for minutes and minutes. We could have been halfway through the episode, and I would have been like, what happened? So, no matter what you do, make sure that your dice gag does not come at the cost of your recording. Play smart, dice gag out, but always remember, content first. This is your United States Aviator with this PSA. Thank you for watching. Take us out. Reincarnation, whoa, realization, whoa, reincarnation. I wish I could disappear. Okay, let's actually let's do that actual dice gag here. Let me okay. And that is too. Oh my gosh. Oh, you're so heavy, Goldie. You knocked my headphones off. Hold on, just took your people on my shoulder. Oh my gosh. Goldie, goodness gracious. Oh boy. You got so heavy. Goodness, oh my gosh. Goldie. Oh, you're much lighter now. How'd that happen? Why were you literally were so heavy. Hey, you know what? It's just good to see you, Goldie. It's good to see you. I don't know how you got back here. Look, I never believed that you were dead. The other Avi's dead. I never believed it. It's good to see you. That being said, let's go ahead and let's roll this thing. Never at the expense of content, you guys. How many times is this? Hole 6. Thank you, Goldie. Because we got a golden number here, a golden ratio for not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but a full set of 6 resimulations to start our tag team premiere. As I readjust my headset, which was also not a part of the gag, but I digress. Sometimes things happen, you just gotta riff with them, you guys. You gotta learn how to riff, you gotta go with the flow. We'll proceed. And as the tribute stand on the podiums, the horns, they does sound, so horn bearers, if you would please, sound the horns. Is this gonna be Makoto's last time coming out with his tag team championship, or will he be able to retain? We will find out very soon, as we proceed, as Chisa runs away from the cornucopia. Again, stabs Sophie repeatedly with a butcher's knife, all while laughing wildly. Oh, I think he's crazy. Yeah, he might be. He is a little crazy right now. If Joker is the agent of Chaos and the target champion is still alive, Chaos reigns. Nahida receives a vision of her brutally dying at the hands of Usami and Saint Junko, who are two of my picks, so hopefully that doesn't happen. As she sees them approaching, she uses foresight to avoid dying. Yuma and Lenny agree to kill each other last. If Azuru is the agent of Chaos and their target champion still alive, Chaos reigns. Watches with envy as Dedu and Seiko kiss before leaving the cornucopia. Boss cries in despair, accomplishing nothing. Makoto grabs a shield leaning on the cornucopia. Fubuki runs away from the cornucopia. Yashiro, no. But that series is done now. Yasuhiro grabs a machete, now runs away from the cornucopia. Sayaka runs away as well. Kyutaro and Makoto recognize each other and agree to put their trust in one another. Tengen, Nagisa, and Mitsurai get into a fight. Tengen triumphantly kills them both. Kamaru runs away from the cornucopia, as does Rantaro. Big Junko runs away as well. Tinko cries in despair, accomplishing nothing. Nightwing ignores the game and goes looking for food, and Kole accidentally steps on a landmine, bam, and dies. Thankfully that hasn't happened in Scream AV's Genshin Nuzlocke. We proceed to day 1. And Hero, Nahida, and Makoto come up with a complicated escape plan, now gets a hold of AV's soundboard and plays the Ben 10 theme song. I gotta get like an Omnitrix for real. Device did what it did. It stuck itself upon her wrist with secrets that it hid. Now she's got superpowers, she's no ordinary kid. She's now 10. As Makoto and Fubuki look for more people to become friends with. Seiko asks Yuma for his axolotl, he gets confused. Rantaro and Big Junker enter a rebuttal showdown. Sayaka throws sand in the eyes of Nightwing and runs off. Kyutaro wants to nickname someone to sharpshooting steel-minded Big Sister Sarah. Kamaru eats corn the long way. Tengen finds a yeet ball again. Dedu, Maya, scrum debate with Usami, Chisa, Lenny, arguing over whether magenta is a shade of pink or purple. Tinko asks for Azuru's axolotl, he happily shows an axolotl in a bucket. Ave confuses Boss for Hilda. How? They both got that queen energy. Junko has been down since day 1-ish. Joker hopes that Avi doesn't jinx him, and in perfect timing, that is time for Fallen Tributes. It's the saddest of all moments. 4. Sophie, Nagisa, Mitsurai, Kole. I gotta take a breath. I was like, I gotta do some quick reading because I want to finish right when the song ends for the most part. And we got there. We got there, baby. But that's just 4 gone. I want to remind you, this is actually 30 competitors this time. 30 folks, right? Right. Well, I mean, we can do some quick math. What is this? 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 30 people. We only lost 4. 26 remain. And all the champions are still in. That being said, minimal losses so far. Let's see how it continues as this game continues. Not very bloody in terms of the start. But as night 1 begins, Maya puts her trust in now, allows herself to fall backwards, now does nothing and watches her fall. Haha, how rude. Yuma finds a big red button. He dusts off his shoulder and slams that button as if he had a death wish. Much to his disappointment, the button didn't do anything. Hopefully, Yuma doesn't push any buttons like that in the near future. Makoto confesses his love for Fubuki. Fubuki lovingly embraces him and accepts the confession. This is not the couple I expected, but maybe it's not the couple that I hate. Tinko, not the ship that I would have ever put together, but who knows? Tinko, hey look, this channel's got some crazy ships, I'll tell you what. Tinko disowns Rantaro for being a disgrace to the family. Throughout the entire night, Junko tells Big Junko a bunch of useless fun facts. Alright, the Junkos are causing each other despair. You love to see it. Azuru, his ultimate move is fully charged. Yasuhiro has no more motivation. Lenny is visited by the ghost. Oh my gosh, the ghost of 2 of the champions and 1 of the agents of chaos during the night, who warned him of what's to come if he does not change his ways. Huh, I kind of hope that Lenny wins the game. Lenny's changed his ways. The tag team champion of lights, the tag team champion of dark, and the tag team non-champion of chaos. Boss wants to buy Joker's gamer girl bathwater. Joker destroys Boss for acting rather like a degenerate male. Kamaru gets hold of my soundboard and plays something absolutely positively downright despicably glorious. As Gin bashes Dedu's head against a rock several times, Tengen, Kyutaro, and Usami enter a scrum debate with Nahida, Seiko, and Chisa. This turns heated and Seiko kills everybody. On the other side, once you reach the other side. Well, Lenny no longer has a partner. Kyutaro, oh boy, and Tengen, oh boy. Okay, this was actually a really bad day. And I want to point out that was the night, so we still have a day to get through. As now strangles Azuru with a rope, so things are not getting any less violent apparently. Fubuki, Makoto, still apparently, you know, feeling things out, and Komaru get chased by a rampaging Maya. Komaru's with him like, you stay away from my brother, you're not good enough for him. Junko sees not Yashiro, I'm gonna be stuck on that. We might have to just add him to the series. Yasuhiro to a meeting with Chisa, Rantaro, and Big Junko. Tinko. Graceful and super identity enlists Lenny as her sidekick. Seiko encounters a fruitback, who immediately takes a liking to her and joins her side. Joker and Gin play cards. Joker loses all of his life force and is killed for it. Yuma tries to find every Monokuma on the school grounds, and Nahida hopes that Avi doesn't jinx her. You gotta be real smart to outplay my jinx. In fact, you already got picked since... It's too late for that, Nahida, actually. I was down since day one-ish. I picked you since the beginning. We'll proceed. We lost another 10 this time. That brings us all the way down to 16 after this. Saddest of all moments, 4. Freaking Sayaka Mizuno. Nightwing, Makoto. Boss, Dedu. Tengen. Kyutaro. Usami. Azuru. Joker. So, let's talk to us about it. Once again, 16. I don't know why I did that. I was very confident there were 16 people left. But that being said, I'll be your shield outside of everybody dying. And this being a no contest. They've lost their titles. That being said, it could be a chaos transferal, which I don't know how it would work if there's a chaos transferal with tag team champions like this. Would it be a You know, we'll work that out if we get there, you know what I mean? We'll work it out if we get there, you know? We'll proceed instead. There's 16 people left, 6 more into your saving grace picks. Only teams completely out are the championship team and the Rebel Hearts. One half of the championship team, rather. I'll be your shield. Let's continue. And let's proceed. As we go on, Rantaro asks Tenko to help him go to sleep. Tenko suddenly lifts Rantaro onto her shoulders before dropping Rantaro's head onto her knee. Rantaro's out cold. Yuma breaks Minecraft rule number 1, digs straight down. Shockingly, he finds diamonds, though. I expect him to be dead. Chisa wants to cut the casual bongos playing in the background. Hey, what's wrong with some casual... I have some bongos somewhere, actually. I just have to go and find them. They are probably actually in my mom's attic. Anywho, Junko puts her trust in Maya, allows her to fall backwards. Maya catches her. Junko says to Maya that she's trusting her with her entire life. Maya just wanted someone to believe in, so she's like, I gotta have someone else trust me first. Gin walks barefoot across the carpet of Legos, going against all logic and reason, rather. He powers through the pain and reaches the other side. Once you reach the other side. Good job. Lenny burns down Avi's wares in despair. Lenny swears it was an accident, but Nahida said she saw Lenny do it deliberately. Avi believes Lenny more than Nahida, which, you know, it's probably a bad decision, but it is what it is. I'm gonna let the whole ordeal slide. Makoto works for both Avi's and Yoko's because of the extreme debt. Seiko is unable to convince Now not to kill her, rest in peace. Big Junko sends Yasuhiro to jail for mule-like behavior. Fubuki finds an Etch-a-Sketch, somehow it ends up breaking it in frustration, and Maki grabs Komaru by the throat. She is gagging right now as day 3 begins. Komaru tries to overthrow Avi. Komaru fails miserably and is murdered by a frantic Avi. Komaru, you're one of my favorites. But you got to get got. It would seem that Junko and Rantaro come to a standstill in Tarzan's forest. Makoto wants a nickname similar to Sharpshooting Steel-Minded Big Sister Sarah. Rating pistol rates Maya 84 points. Good for her. Where in the world is Tinko? She's dead, actually dead. She's no longer alive. Big Junko decides to do Yasuhiro's free time event. Big Junko thinks that she's gotten closer to Yasuhiro today. Fubuki finds Shuichi's hat and puts it on. Wouldn't be a bad look, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, especially if the flower's still coming out the side. Gin's freeze ray stops time. It isn't an ice beam though. That's too now for his taste. Lenny takes Nahida out to Suplex City, saying, "You tried to rat me out, huh, Archon?" Bam! Chisa chews too much gum and dies from horrible stomach pains, and Yuma wonders what events are canon to the Danganronpa Hunger Games lore. We proceed again, as 4 cannon shots are heard. And actually, we no longer have a world where it will be a double chaos transferal of any kind. So it is instead a saddest of all moments for our fallen 4. Seiko, Komaru, Tenko, Chisa. So I have to point this out. We're still not in your top 10. And I think the biggest picture here is Makoto's still in here. We have 12 people left. What would be the craziest thing happening? There's still 2 full teams. I don't expect it to stay like that because the feast is coming up. It is almost feast time. Let's talk about that bottom row. They sucked. They are all out. No, at least every other row has at least 2 people. I think every other row has at least, no, just 2 people. The top row has 2 people. I was gonna say at least 3. That's not the case. That's not how the math works. Especially when row 3 is doing some good work. They still got 4 out of their 6 left. Regardless, it's not about rows, it's about teams. 2 full teams still in this thing. I'm looking at World Forget Me, Exotic Animals. The Future is now still has Fubuki. Get Motivated has now. Twin Tails has Saint Junko. Lenny for Disappearing Act. Reading Rainbow, I'm sorry, is actually also completely in. I didn't see Hero there for a second. Big Junko for Large and in Charge. And lastly, the Makotos have Makoto standing tall for the Horn Bear, still trying to hold on to that title as much as he's holding on to his French horn. We have to proceed though, because we got 12 left, not your top 10, but it does feel like it might be feast territory. Let's see if we get there as we proceed, as Yuma wants Avi to give Sayaka a chance. Well then, now it turns out to be a clone, and Makoto was the original now all along. Who would have thunk? Maya challenges Rantaro and Big Junko to an Indian Ghost pancaking competition. Rantaro eats the most pancakes and obtains every, well, he's already the champion. He's already in the World Pancake Championship Invitational, but okay. Nahida respects Lenny after getting taken to Suplex City. She no longer likes him, but she does respect him, and I like the story they have going on here. Junko turned out to be a clone as well, and Fubuki was the original Junko all along. That would be crazy. Yasuhiro, Yas Queen, which actually flows really nicely. It just feels fun to say. Gin dyes his hair blue. You know what? I'm gonna support whatever Gin does, not for nothing. And we do make it to the feast, as the cornucopia is replenished with food, weapons, memoirs, and tributes. Not tributes from the Tributes families. That would be crazy. Memoirs from the Tributes families, as Yuta shoots an arrow into Hiro's head. Rest in peace to Hiro. If Fubuki is the agent of Chaos and their target champion is still alive, Chaos reigns. That's not the case, but it doesn't matter because I'll tell you what, it's already that time. Big Junko decides not to attend the feast. Rantaro bleeds out due to untreated injuries. Rest in peace. Rantaro also bleeds out due to untreated injuries. I think I just said that and said we're gonna do that again apparently. Now sets Junko on fire with a Molotov. Now, how could you? Now, how dare you? Makoto severely injures Gin but puts him out of his misery. Maya stabs Nahida with a tree branch, and Lenny decides not to go. You gotta imagine Lenny's like, I don't know how he feels about Nahida getting the job done. I'm sorry, Maya getting the job done on Nahida, but we will find out. And we will proceed because we are now well within your top 10. And as we do continue, well, hold on. The last one's kind of hilarious, but I digress. Yuma and Big Junko play tic-tac-toe on an image of Nao's forehead. Lenny does Lenny things. As near his name one of his children after Fubuki, and Maya makes a Danganronpa rewrite where Makoto is the protagonist. That sounds like plagiarism. We will proceed. And as we do, we lost 5. We are at your final 7, which means we will have a nice little samurai moment after our saddest of all moments 4. Hiro, Rantaro, Junko, Gin, Nahida. Come along with me. Take a journey. And let's talk about our remaining 7 because I was gonna say, due to everything that's happened, we now have 7 different people from 7 different teams. And my original picks, well, you know, one of them's still here. I picked Fubuki, right? Or did I? Did I pick I picked Nahida and I picked Junko. Who did I pick for second? I thought it was Fubuki. Might not have been. Here, let me look at everybody else. Could have been Lenny. No, it wasn't Lenny. Couldn't. Whoever it was, let me tell you, I'm about to make some brand new picks, and so are you if you need to, because it's time for your saving grace picks. It is your final 7, and let's talk about who's left. It is the champion. Can we see double retentions in a premier situation? I don't think we have seen that before, but Makoto wants to make Season 17 a first time ever. Big Junko has held these titles before, I think on 2 occasions. Can she make it a 3rd time with a tiny little title? We will see. Yuma, I don't believe has ever held the championship, and Hu Tao and Hiro, he's carrying on for them. Will we be taking a look all this season in a book with a reading rainbow? Disappearing Act could bring the combat specialist and Himiko to justice, to glory, to championship gold. Will Lenny be able to do it for his team? Get motivated. Izuru was not motivated enough for this, but now is about to give him some motivation, and that motivation is about to be a championship to defend, unless she falls short. World Forget Me. For Chi-Chi and for Nahida, the 2 beans on her team, will Maya be able to get the job done? And lastly, Fubuki. Fubuki is, I would say, I think, the biggest wild card here. Fubuki, the biggest of the wild cards here. Will Fubuki be able to come up clutch and win this entire thing? We're about to find out together. But first, you gotta make your picks first, second, third. Who do you have? I got my picks. It's real easy. Let me tell you how it's gonna be. It's gonna be not Big Junko, because that's not the real Junko. That's not the same Junko. I gotta go for first with Yuma. He's got a hat, and he's the only person left with a hat outside of Lenny, who's my second place pick. You know how I feel about hats. I actually like Lenny's hat way better than Yuma's hat, but you know what? I gotta give it to Yuma. It's not about the flavor of the hat, it's about having a hat in general, unless your name is Gaku and your hat is some trash. Those are my picks for first and second, and I'm gonna just take Makoto for third, because, you know, potential retention. I like the sound of that. Those are my picks. Hopefully you guys have made yours in the live chat, in the comments, and if you haven't, do it. And if you also haven't liked the video, do it. But it is your final 7. A tale as old as time itself. 1 champion, 7 teams remain. Big Junko, Yuma, Lenny, now Maya, Fubuki for Makoto's tag team title. It is a title unification match, but there is a world where nothing's unified at all. Will it be a single person? Will it be a tie? Will it be no one as? All of these competitors with their hearts beating in the same pulse, fate is that of a samurai woman. Let's make this happen. Next round sees Yuma, Lenny, now get an argument over who, in a scrum debate with Fubuki, Maya, and Big Junko about who the strongest character in the AWE is. Strong how? Mentally, physically? Just in terms of raw power or ability. Makoto walks into a very strange machine. His molecules got all rearranged. He gets ghost powers. He does survive the shock. Unlike Yuma, who overpowers Big Junko, somehow killing her. Now hates that Lenny. Fubuki breaks the 4th wall and compliments you in particular, dear viewer. Fubuki says, you know, I like what you're doing with your ears today. Fubuki, that's a really weird compliment, but you know what? You do your thing, girl. Mai is working on an ad that'll appear in the next Danganronpa Hunger Games, and Makoto reminisces about Season 1. We proceed, we lost just the one. She's big, and I said she wasn't gonna win. You know what she didn't do? Win. Like I said, give her a quick terrible turnabout for. Big Junko. Yeah, get that imposter out of here. She ain't no real Junko. She ain't no blessed be Junko, Saint Junko. Get her out of here. Fraud. My gosh. See, everybody's statuses, we're still at 6. We didn't even need to come here, but we do need to click this button. Because it's still Makoto. It's still Yuma. It's still Lenny. It's still Now. It's still Maya. It's still Fubuki. Who will walk out with the tag team championships? Will Makoto retain? Or am I going to have to bring out the new champ alert? Not yet. Because Now attacks Fubuki, but Maya protects her. Killing Now. Yuma hates Lenny so strongly that he creates a squad against Lenny. There's so much hate on Lenny this episode. Now hates that Lenny. Yuma hates that Lenny. And let's not forget about the entire line of Nahida and Lenny interactions. As Makoto finds a Dapper 2 puts on, even if it's the wrong simulator, he's still looking super fly. We are now down to your final 5, and this is where things get a little bit dicey because we know there are events that can kill 4 or 5 players. As we continue, Makoto is still alive and has Nagito insurance, I'm sure. A Monokuma unit corners and mauls Yuma, rest in peace. Fubuki and Maya kiss under the mistletoe, and Lenny trips on a comically placed banana peel and falls off of a cliff. Their hatred was brewing for so long, and Lenny goes yeet off of a cliff. That brings us to Makoto, Fubuki, and Maya as your final 3. Who will walk out as champion? We'll find out after this terrible turnabout, and potentially the last terrible turnabout of the episode for. Now, Yuma, Lenny. Let me talk to you. Makoto has a 1 in 3 shot of doing the, not impossible, but the improbable. Standing in his way is Maya for World Forgive Me. And Fubuki for the future is now. Final 3, 1 goal, and they're all caught. Makoto for Team Makoto, Maya for Team World Forget Me, and the future is now's Fubuki. In our final 5, and in championship action, a time that we like to call a golden crisis of fate. 3 competitors. I was gonna say 1 winner or 2 winner or no winners, but here's the thing, if everyone loses, Makoto's still champion, and if Makoto wins, Makoto's still champion. The only way out of this is to kill Makoto. Do the 2 of them work together and realize that they don't? But everyone lives. As thinking quickly, Fubuki constructs a homemade gun using only some string, a score, and a gun, and Makoto stop being selfish. Share that championship. Makoto says, no, Team Makoto forever, who, I will be real, have had a very good run together in tag team action, as Maya never wants to hear Megalovania ever again. Nothing has happened as Maya works at Yoko's Items of Fortunes, what happens to be hiring. Fubuki is horrified when Makoto goes to a job interview for it. We have lost nobody, but we must continue. Once again, do we lose anybody here? Not yet. As Fubuki submits an application to join the squad, Maya walks up to her and says, yeah, you're not getting in. Apartment complex, so really? Makoto finds it quite simple. Not a single soul is lost, but are they here? Yes, as Maya tracks down and kills Fubuki, it is down to World Forgive Me, and it's down to Makoto, who wonders what events are canon to the Danganronpa Hunger Games lore. Is he gonna do the impossible? We are down to 1v1, and the future is not now. 4. Fubuki. Hearts are now racing, especially Makoto's. As you can see, he's still, I said earlier, is today gonna be his last time holding the championship and his horn? It might not be. It really might not be, but on the other side, we have World Forget Me for Maya. I'm sorry, with Maya for Nahida and Chi-Chi. It's an interesting 1v1. But I have to ask you, who? Will it be Makoto? Maya. Maya for World Forget Me. She has been an agent of chaos before. I believe she's been a champion before, but she could lead 2 people who I don't believe have held the tag team championships to gold. they do have a AWE Tag Team Champion in their midst. Let's see how that all plays out tonight. This ain't the AWE. This is the Danganronpa Hunger Games, and Maya wants some gold. Maya wants some glory for her two being partners. Will she be able to do that? Because standing in her way is the very well-seasoned, 18-seasoned champion Makoto. He has been here since the beginning. In fact, some people call him the beginning because he is the one. Well, I guess he wasn't in the very, very first episode, but he's been around for a long time, Makoto Naegi. With this dominant team, Makoto has had tag team championship after tag team championship. Will they retain the tag team championships? I will point out, they have done it before. I am pretty sure it was in a finale, but they have retained the tag team titles before. Are they gonna do it again? Are they about to pull some crazy work tonight? I don't know, but one last time, live chat, one last time, comment section. Makoto, Maya, both, neither. Fate dictates one thing and one thing alone. As Makoto said, no, the more things seem to change, the more they stay the same. In a very shocking twist, both the singles champion and the tag team champions retain. Well, this one is not really both tag team champions retained, but one set did, as Makoto grabs a baseball bat, and let's not forget who it's all about. The Mets baby hit a home run and bashes Maya to death with it. That is the end of the road. Who would have thunk? The words I said at the beginning may have been a reverse jinx for the boy, because, yo, we gotta talk about Team Makoto, because they are your winners. And, again, they have become tag team champions, but this time they said, well, last time we tied, this time we ain't sharing. Your winners, and still now unified tag team champions for the, I don't know how many times, they've had it at least 3 times, but surprisingly enough, they might be the single most successful Danganronpa Hunger Games tag team of all time somehow, because they are once again your winners and still tag team champions. Makoto, and Makoto takes the win. Well, ain't that something? Yo, why are they so goated together? I don't know what it is. I don't know what to tell you guys, but we will proceed. It is Team Makoto are once again, this time, bringing both their titles back together, tag team champions. Once again, I have to congratulate them. They have something special together, apparently. Team Makoto, they're walking into this season together one more time. I'll tell you what, if they did not win this time, there was a world where they could have gotten broken up. However, they said, nah, not today, Team Makoto forever, best of luck to them for the rest of the season, you know what I mean. Maya in 2nd place, Fubuki 3rd, Linny 4th, Yuma 5th, Now 6th, Big Junko 7th, Nahida 8th, Gin 9th, and rounding off your top 10 was Blessed be Saint Junko. And you know what, I think we gotta point out that she's got the perfect 10. Thank you so much, Saint Junko. That is your championship match all the way down to your champion won, and your Agent of Chaos came in last. One half of them at the very least. What a whirlwind. What a whirlwind indeed. I guess I could have played a new champ alert when Dudu got lost, but I feel like I shouldn't have even played new champ alert because the champions did win and they did retain. That's all I gotta say. Makoto. The dominance is real, apparently. We will proceed, my gosh. both episodes had a title retention, which is a first for both premieres to have a title retention. We'll see if the same thing happens for the OC action in the next couple of weeks. We'll see. Gin started off by stabbing Sophie over and over again. Who gave Gin a butcher's knife, by the way? Gin laughing wildly while holding a butcher's knife terrifies me. But hey, maybe that's the thing that could actually happen in the last chapter of Danganronpa. I'm sorry, in the last chapter of Your Turn to Die. I might web myself if that happens out of fear. It ended with Makoto saying, "Batter up, baby." Wham! Bashes Maya to death, and Makoto took the win. We proceed again. Gin, Maya, and now... and Seiko will have 3 KOs. Makoto had 2, Tengen with 2, Yumo with 2, and Joker with just 1. That is our game. Makoto wins for Team Makoto, and they are champions over and over and over again. What can I say except hey, that's awesome. You know what I mean? Hey, you know what? I don't know. Hey, have some barbecue sauce, Makoto. This is for you. I ain't gonna drink this, that'd be crazy. But you know what? Get yourself something good with some barbecue sauce. I'm gonna take off. Until next time, we will have, I believe tag team, action for the OCs next week, which means you know who's gonna be there. The former OC champion in Taylor. He will be here next week to host the tag team premiere. We usually do a doubleheader, but we're gonna let Taylor have his own shine next week, and then we'll close off September with all of our premieres. It'll be Premiere September, and don't forget at the end of this month, the last Friday in this month, it will be Fun Gone Friday, so just tune in for that. It'll be earlier probably than the Danganronpa Hunger Games. It'll probably open up at like noon. We'll have some going up at noon. That'll be nice. Anywho, I'm taking off. Until next time, Toodaloo Flight Crew. Thank you so much for watching. Take us out of here.